Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Wednesday, January 8th, 2025, 5 p.m. Meeting of the Finance Committee. Welcome to the first meeting for some of us of 2025. I hope the new year has treated everyone well thus far. With roll call this evening, we do have enough members present to make a quorum, only missing our Vice Chair Frederick. Moving on to the consent agenda with items A and B, the approval of minutes, December 4th, 2024, regular meeting, and November 14th, 2024, stand-up meeting. And B, the recommended approval of bills and transfers, if any, to the county board. That is totaling $967,017.94. Might I have a motion to put it on the floor for discussion? See a motion by member Roseman Mendoza and a second by member Byrne. Comments, questions, concerns along the way? Let's go ahead and vote on our consent agenda. All of those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? And the motion passes unanimously. Carrying us right along to item 3, appearance by members of the public and county employees. Administrator Taylor, do we have anybody who is applied to speak with us this evening?
Chair Lehman, we've had no requests this evening.
All right. Moving right along to item number 4, departmental matters with Timothy Jorzak, the Supervisor of Assessments. Mr. Jorzak has no items to be presented for action this evening. Items to be presented for information are on pages 3 through 4. It doesn't appear that Mr. Jorzak is here this evening. So were there any comments that would be provided by administration or comments from the committee on departmental matters?
I have no comment.
All right. Let's move right along to item B with Becky McNeil, our county treasurer. I'd like to go ahead and pull item number 4B1A from the agenda this evening for the simple fact that our reports are unavailable. Any comments, questions on treasurer's information? Moving right along to item number C. Marshall Thompson, the Director of Animal Control Program. For this item, we have no items to be presented for action this evening. Items to be presented for information on 4C to A are found on pages 5 through 14. Was there any information that should be shared regarding the animal control program?
I feel like she provided a comprehensive report that shows the different lines of businesses and the successes that they've had with those efforts. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to try to answer.
Comments or questions from the committee? Looks like progress on the building has continued through the winter months. Rather exciting to continue to see those photos in the report. Moving on to 4D, Michelle Anderson, County Auditor. Again, no items to be presented for action this evening. Didn't have any items in the packet to be presented for information. Comments or questions from administration or the committee regarding the County Auditor? Moving on to item number E, Kathy Michael, County Clerk. We have no items to be presented for action this evening. Presented for information, we do have the monthly reports for the recorder, pages number 15 to 21. Ms. Michael let us know that she was unable to attend this evening, but are there any additional comments or questions regarding the County Clerk's report? All right, moving on to 4F1A. This is where we get to chat with our county administrator, Cassie Taylor, who has a pretty good amount of items to be presented for action this evening. So our very first one, 4F1A, the request approval of a Class C raffle license, Boys and Girls Club of Bloomington Normal. Might I have a motion to put that one on the floor for discussion? I see a motion by member Roseman Mendoza and a second. Second by member Klaas. All those in favor? Oops, sorry. Comments or questions on this item? Got a little ahead of myself, no? Anything additional that we should know or consider?
Nope, this is from Boys and Girls Club for a Class C raffle license. They've provided the information necessary.
All right. All those in favor of 4F1A, the request approval of that Class C raffle license for Boys and Girls Club of Bloomington Normal, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? And the motion carries. Item 4F1B is a request of request approval of a Class C raffle license for VFW Post 454. May I have a motion to put it on the floor for discussion? Motion by member Farley, second by member Loeffler. Comments or questions?
I have an update, if I may.
That would be great.
So last month, you might remember that we had a Queen of Hearts raffle license from the same entity. They had a situation where that had never occurred before, where they had no one win in 2024, and so their raffle license that they applied for last month would take effect for the 2024 winner that would carry over into 2025. And so to be able to continue on with the Queen of Hearts for the remainder of 2025, they are sending in this request that would begin February 1 and carry over for the winner that would be picked from February 1 to December 31st of 2025. So they are changing their internal practices so this never happens again. It was just a luck of the draw, as they say.
Or perhaps a luck of the not drawn yet. Believe they draw on Thursday evenings. Excellent. Any comments or questions from the committee on this one? Best of luck to anyone entered, and congratulations to the VFW for a really robust experience. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? And the motion carries. 4F1C is a request approval of the reclassification in the Children's Advocacy Center Department. May I have a motion to put it on the floor for discussion? Motion by Member Rosa Mendoza, a second? Second by Member Farley. Administrator Taylor, anything that we should know on this one?
Yes, so this is a reclassification that begins on page 33. I would point out that Eileen Pagan Vega, the director of the CAC, is here with us tonight. She stayed over in case you had any questions about that position or the reclassification. They have changed priorities for that position and responsibilities for the position.
Comments or questions on the reclassification from the committee? Okay, seeing none, we'll go ahead and vote on 4F1C. That's a reclassification for the Children's Advocacy Center Department. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously. Thank you very much for your presence and for being here this evening. We are carrying on with 4F1D. That's a request approval of a resolution amending the funded full-time equivalent positions resolution for 2025 for Fund 1029 Children's Advocacy Center Department. May I have a motion to put it on the floor for discussion? A motion from Member Byrne. Is there a second? Second from Member Rosa Mendoza. Administrator Taylor.
Again, this is related to the Children's Advocacy Center Department. There is a need to change the full-time equivalent positions list to take responsibility for the Logan County CASA expansion, the DCFS expansion grant.
Thank you very much. Comments or questions from the committee? No, seeing none. This is a really exciting, Member Byrne.
Happy to support CASA. It's a great program. Glad to see it continue.
Thank you.
Really exciting to also be able to see it expand out and to see our fantastic CASA program be able to help other counties. So thank you very much to everything that you and the rest of your office have done and are doing in the future. Excited to continue to support you.
Thank you so much. Mary Pat has been working really hard on getting this expansion and submitting everything to all the agencies that need to be aware of it. We are very excited to be on the final stretch and start serving our Logan County children.
Amazing. Thank you very much. All right, seeing no other comments or questions, let's vote on 4F1D, the request approval of the resolution amending the funded full-time equivalent positions resolution for 2025, Fund 1029 Children's Advocacy Center Department. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously. 4F1E is the request approval of a resolution amending the funded full-time equivalent position, Resolution 2025 Fund 0001, Information Technologies Department. Might I have a motion to put it on the floor for discussion? See a motion by Member Klaas and a second by Member Loeffler. Administrator Taylor, over to you.
Thank you. So this is, again, similar to the last action item. This is amending our full-time equivalent positions resolution. It's budget neutral. In our 2025 budget for the IT department, they had contracted for this work, and after development of the job description, they believe that it would be better served as a part-time position, and they do have a candidate in mind, and so that is what this change would reflect. There would be a subsequent, with this approval, there would be a subsequent budget amendment that would be presented to the executive committee, which is the oversight for the IT department. That would occur next Monday.
Great. Comments or questions from the committee? Okay, seeing none, let's vote on 4F1E. That's the request approval of the resolution amending the funded full-time equivalent position resolution 2025 Fund 0001 Information Technologies Department. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? And the motion carries. Moving on to 4F1F, the request approval of a reclassification in the Highway Department. Might I have a motion to put it on the floor? Motion by Member Leffler, second by Member Roseman Mendoza. Administrator Taylor?
Thank you, Chair Lehman. Item 4F is related to the Highway Department Civil Engineers position, and I do have Jerry Stokes, who is the Director of the Highway Department here, to answer any specific questions you might have about that. But this would allow for us to provide more favorable offers to any applicants that would apply for our civil engineering positions. We are having difficulty filling those positions. We've had one position vacant for over a year. We did have one filled in a second position that was filled but became vacant, I think, the end of October of last year. And I would turn it over to Jerry if he has anything to add from that.
Yeah, thank you. So, yeah, we've had two positions like Administrator Taylor had said. So, yeah, we're just having problems filling these positions. There's just a lot of need for us civil engineers out there, and for us to be competitive to try to get somebody on staff. We looked at, talked to some other counties, other entities, and kind of the overall nature of it. And we feel like we just need to raise it up 3 grade levels to be more competitive.
Comments or questions from the committee? Yeah, Member Klaus.
Get my thing on. Do you guys do anything like any bonuses to bring people on board or retention rather than just the salary grade itself, or?
No, we do not do any bonuses. The only incentive that we typically offer is if they live inside the county, they can take a county vehicle home on a daily basis. So that's kind of part of the total package, but other than that, no bonuses.
Other comments or questions? All right, seeing none, let's go ahead and vote on 4F1F. That's a request approval of the reclassification in the Highway Department. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Okay, the motion carries. 4F1G is a request approval of the Memorandum of Understanding between the McLean County Board, McLean County Sheriff, and Illinois Fraternal Order of Police representing corrections officers, correctional sergeants, and control operators. May I have a motion to put it on the floor for discussion? I've got a motion from Member Farley and a second by Member Leffler. Administrator Taylor.
Thank you. Sheriff Matt Lane is here this evening to help describe any of the concerns or questions that you would have about this item, as well as the next item that you will have before you. So I would like to distinguish that this is an MOU. So our corrections staff are in an existing contract agreement with the county, and last year we provided this MOU for incentives for hiring corrections officers because it was becoming a significant issue. We did not have enough staff to serve the population, and so we completed an MOU for the calendar year of 2024, and there was a response that was favorable, and so they're asking to repeat this for calendar year 2025. with the expectation that it would be on the table for discussions during negotiations when their contract is opened back up.
Thank you, Administrator Taylor. Mr. Lane, anything else that we should know about?
I think Administrator Taylor did a good job explaining that it's a good incentive program to help bring good people in to the CO positions. You know, when I came into office, we were over 20 people down. It was a hardship for everyone. It doesn't seem it's gotten much better. We've even been full for a couple hours at one time, and then now I'm about 10 or 11 down in COs. We really need to keep these incentives up. It works. There's a requirement that everyone has to meet to get the incentive, and the new recruit has to meet, and the recruiter. So it's worked out very well for everyone. I think it's a good plan to stick with it.
That's great. What additional comments or questions might you all have for Sheriff Lane or Administrator Taylor on this one? Is this just a couple questions about how it's communicated? So do you all have, is this something that is a part of like the regular onboarding and posted around since when you're in moments that are a little bit more lean? How do you re-engage folks so programs like this don't become stale?
Well, we as far as our employees, our current employees, and keeping them up to, we usually send messages through their union president. Hey, this is what we're doing. We've renewed this for the year, and we even solicited some suggestions from them on, keeping morale up. I just had a meeting about 2 weeks ago with one of the COs. To give me some ideas on keeping morale up and retaining people. Retention is a big deal, and some of it is that corrections is a specialty, and it takes a special person to do it. Not everybody is built for it, and they find that out. We find out pretty quickly, but not till we've gone through a lot of expense and work to get that person into a uniform and trained properly. So it doesn't work out for everyone, but we try to incentivize and let them know, we let them know on a regular basis, hey, we're trying to fill the ranks. We're trying to get more people in here. So, because it's becoming an overtime issue, lots of overtime at this point.
Well, I hope that the continuation of a program like this proves helpful in being able to stay
I
staffed.
think it
then.
will. I think it'll be a good
right.
thing.
Seeing no other comments or questions, let's go ahead and put item, 4F1G, the request approval of the memorandum of understanding between the McLean County Board, McLean County Sheriff, and Illinois Fraternal Order of Police, representing correctional officers, correctional sergeants, and control operators to a vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you very much. Then we have item 4F1H, the request approval of a contract between Illinois FOP Labor Council and the County of McLean, McLean County Sheriff deputies, sergeants, investigators, and lead process servers. May I have a motion to put this one on the floor? A motion by Member Farley and a second by Member Loeffler. Just to remind you of this one, if we do want to have discussion, we will need to take a motion to go into closed session. I believe the information regarding this item was passed out ahead of the meeting. So if there are any comments or questions, I would entertain a motion to go into closed session. If there are not, we will continue on for a vote. Any motion for a closed session? Okay, seeing none, we'll go ahead and vote on item number 4F1H, the request approval of the contract between Illinois FOP Labor Council and County of McLean, McLean County Sheriff deputies, sergeants, investigators, and lead process servers. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries unanimously. I do believe this document will need to be collected at the end of our time today. This brings us along to item number 4F for F2, any item to be presented for information. Administrator Taylor, any information items for us tonight?
I have no other items to present this evening. Thank you for your attention for all of those laundry list of items I had before.
Thank you very much for bringing some great stuff before us so we can keep county business rolling. That brings us to item number 5, other business and communication. Our next meeting, oh dear,
February 5th.
thank you. Our next meeting is February 5th. Just a friendly reminder for those of you who might have forgotten, we meet at 5 p.m. Otherwise, you get to be here a little bit earlier. Any comments or questions from the committee regarding finance items or county board in general? All right. Seeing none, we'll move on to item number 6, adjournment. Thank you very much for your service to the county. Please stay warm.